Hello friends, it's Kim. I am back with a video. We're going to swatch the ShinHan SWC Professional Tint. So tint is a color that's mixed with white. So these are going to be opaque, not gouache, but gouache-like, I suppose. These had decent reviews. I got them off of Amazon. I don't remember what I paid for them because I've had them for a minute. But I wanted to, so the box has got the list of all of the colors of in the SWC line, which I probably won't be delving into because I have enough watercolor to last me my lifetime. But I did like these because these were tints, and they are going to show up pastel and semi-opaque or opaque-ish. These have decent light fastness ratings, and I'm lazy, so I'm not the greatest paint mixer in the world. So I wanted to show you how I go about doing these. Excuse me, I've been trying to get sick. So you can, of course, use expensive palettes if you want. I'm not going to for this because I really don't anticipate using these a ton. I may be surprised, but if I'm going to use paints a lot, which I usually use for my other big studio palettes, I will use a nicer palette. I am going to use this one, which I'm sure you guys recognize. This is a very inexpensive plastic palette that comes from Hobby Lobby. This palette, I thought was more expensive than what it is actually, and it is cheaper than what it was when I bought it, go figure, which never happens. But this is a small palette. It is, let's see how big it is. It is about 8 inches by 4 inches, but it has slanted wells, which I like. It's got this thing, which, I mean, I guess if you wanted to use it for plein air, but which I wouldn't trust that, but I'm probably gonna fix this to where it stays closed because that drives me nuts. But anyway, it's got slanted wells, and I like slanted wells over half pans or full pans. I don't mind so much, but half pans, which I have a lot of, unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, I don't like using them as much because your paintbrush, to me, you run a risk of messing the tip of your brush up more when you're using a half pan. Of course, that's personal preference and it doesn't matter. So you've got your half pan here. This is just I think it's Schmincke white. But, you know, you've got all of them in a line, and, you know, you're probably going to dab down like that. And when you do that, you're going to curl up the end of your brush, which you will to a certain extent anyway. Sorry, that's probably loud. But slanted wells, you can dab the end of the edge of the well. So that's why I like them. And as I said earlier, this was, when I first purchased it, I purchased it from Hobby Lobby. No affiliation, just needed a palette, and that's where I could get it, and here it is. I looked on the Hobby Lobby website just a few minutes ago, and it is $2.29. How that's possible, I don't know. So I label these. And those little labels are actually this. It is a waterproof label that you can get for children's bottles and things like that. So I just wanted to show you what I do. Purple gray is what we have left. So purple gray. So these have a little label, top paper that comes off. I've got my little squeegee thingy, Dollar Tree, and there we have our waterproof labels. So like I said, this is fussy. This is how I do it. You don't have to do this, but I like to they stay on pretty well because you don't get water all up on them. And I just cut them. Probably should let the adhesive cure for a day, but you know, ain't nobody got time for that. This is my little washcloth that I will use to clean off my brush with. This is a cute little flannel dog hair hedgehog. That's my the way I sign my paintings. So that's my signature. And that's my logo for my sewing. And I made these. These is a terry cloth and flannel. So cute. I'm going to have these in my Poshmark and on my website eventually. But if y'all are interested, let me know. You can comment. That would be awesome. This I got several years ago. I got it from World Market. This is pretty large. This is 14 inches by 6 inches. This is just a platter, a porcelain ceramic platter. It's dirty. So I'm going to start filling these. These are, I love filling these palettes. These are not full. You might get a quarter pan out of each well, which is fine with me. This would be good to take going on a little trip, plein air painting, or maybe a gift for a friend. So here's how I do it. This is the Brilliant Pink. This looks kind of dry-ish. A lot of times when you get, and there's something on it. I don't like that. I wanted to come back in here and say, I'm not going to fill these up. I'm going to just do that. These will take probably at least one day, maybe two, to dry. And we've got shell pink. I'll show these again whenever we go to paint. See, that's kind of dry. That color does not match at all. Ah, now here. Right there. Boo. Paired. This is just separation of gum Arabic. Before I put my labels on, I prepped my palette. And what I mean by prepping my palette is, when you first get a watercolor palette, I'm going to show you with this one, you will get, if you get one that is white, you can get white, or that's generally the most, that's the most popular one. Sometimes they're clear, like I have a bulletproof, it's called Bulletproof Glass from Magello. I think it's Magello. No, ShinHan. My favorite ones. I'll show you those in upcoming videos, but those are clear bulletproof glass, which they're not glass. They're plastic. But when you get this plastic, I want you to see, I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a, see how shiny? See how shiny it is? So I prepped, and you really should get in the habit of doing this. It takes a little extra time, but you can see it's kind of scratched a little bit, which is fine, and it's nowhere near as shiny. It's dull, which that is what you want with plastic palettes, because with plastic palettes, unlike ceramic, which is why most people like white ceramic plates or dishes or palettes, is the watercolor will bead up, and it will just kind of sit. Which it still sits on the plastic, but it beads up, and the color pool that you have, the water that you mix with the pigment, it kind of beads up and separates out, and it just, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't prep your palette, it will do that, and it still may do that once you prep your palette. They just take a little bit of time to get worn down, the gloss go off of the palette, and they become less, I don't know, the water, it doesn't penetrate, it just lays together instead it separates. So just a little tippy tip, little pro tip. Okay, we're gonna put the shell pink in, and we're gonna probably go back to, oh my god, duh. Well, we're just gonna mix it in there. No, we're not. That is very disappointing. That's aggravating, man. That may or may not dry. I don't know. That's entirely too much gum arabic. See, look how runny it is. Ugh. So it may not dry. But that's the binder. It's aggravating. I hope the rest of them aren't like that. I opened them before and they weren't like that. I guess they could be. Boo. We're gonna go with it. I'm going to use my Skoda Versatile. This is a synthetic fiber brush. Really like it, number 6. Travel. Okay, the first one. Yeah, I got entirely too much paint on this. Is the Brilliant Pink. Let's see. Oh, look how pretty it is. I don't know how much this can thin out how much you can use it in a wash. Probably not a lot because it's a tint, but we can try. Shouldn't have washed my brush out yet. See if that looks a little better. Okay. Well, let's do on the black, which is always awesome. Oh, looky there. Of course, I'm gonna be crazy. So this paper, this black paper is Stonehenge Legion. I will get it and bring it over here in just a second. Yeah. It likes suck up the paint, that's for sure. Gotta load my brush up. Oh, there's dog hair, or my hair, or something. Okay, next we've got Shell Pink, and this one is the one where the gum arabic really separated this paint. I don't know if it's gonna affect much or not. See, this is a kind of a thickish paint, more thick than I'm used to using. I'm not used to using such an opaque paint. Let's do it. I got paint all over me. And you can see that the colors shift a little bit when it dries. This black paper is, I mean, you really can see the colors well on the black paper, but you can also see too where they might cloud up a little bit. Excuse me. I don't see a lot of fillers though. It doesn't look to be a lot of, am I still in? Yeah, fillers or what do they call them? Optical fillers maybe. Usually you can see that whenever you get a, oh Lord, the color will dry and it'll look cloudy or a little hazy. So next we're going to use one Brilliant number 2. Yeah, because I'm so French. All right. I love this color. I mean, I need to do some research on why it's called this. Why is it one Brilliant? Is there another one that's not so brilliant? Is there another one that might be a little needy in the academic area? You guys have to tell me if you see my little mess up on this swatch card, because it's right there. I was making this up and I was trying to put a cute header because I don't know how to do calligraphy. I think I'm gonna need a bigger brush. And I put PWC instead of SWC, which is another ShinHan line. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bigger brush because if not, we're gonna be here till Thanksgiving. Oh, I love Naples. I love yellow. And I know not everybody is a big yellow fan, but I freaking love yellow. I got that kind of thin, I think. Oop. I said I was going to try to see if these will thin out, didn't I? Keep my arm out of the way. Yeah, it's nice if you can do a gradient. That way you can kind of see your range, your values, but I'm not always good about doing that. Yeah, see how these kind of really soak into the paper on this black? I mean, I could see you really needing to... What is that? I swear. It's not gritty though. There's no grit at all to this paint. I'm such a perfectionist. I'm so shaky. Maybe I need to eat. That's probably what I need to do. So I'm gonna try to get these done. Yeah, it's going a lot faster with the other brush. Naples yellow. Like what I was saying, these are, I do not expect, these are not gonna be paints that you would use to mix well because they've got white in them and everything's gonna just muddy up if you go to mix. So this one is green pale. Oh, this is pretty, this is like a pretty spring mint. Oh, love it. Here, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll go here so I know I'm not gonna wash my brush out so much. I'm gonna go ahead and immediately go here. So look, I'm going wet next to wet on this paper and you're not seeing really any bleeding. There might be some, but not a lot. And that's traditional watercolor. Or regular transparent watercolor will, oh my gosh, bleed into each other when they're wet touches wet. So that's why I'm saying this is kind of a heavy gouache type paint, which gouache will bleed too, but not as much as, or yeah, not as much as regular other types of watercolor. I'm trying to mix these all about the same consistency too. I mean, that's pretty. Let's go ahead and it's already started to dry on me. It's kind of warm up here. See if it'll scrub out. There we go. There we go. Now, let's do the Emerald Green Nova. I have not been telling you guys pigment numbers. I am not a pigment knowledge bank at all. Like, there's so many people that are so smart when it comes to pigments, that what mixes well together and what doesn't. I am not one of those people. I just like colors. I like convenience colors, which are pre-mixed colors where I don't have to mess with mixing them too much because, again, I'm lazy. So I'm not one to come ask about pigments. I do know there's certain pigments I like that, of course I like them because they're not making them anymore. Or they're rare and you can't find them, or I don't remember what those are off the top of my head. I know there's a quinacridone gold and Daniel Smith that I really liked, and I don't know the color, the pigment number. See, look, that paper is sucking it up. Let's get a little bit of water on this one. See, this dries pretty quick too, so wash it out a little bit. I mean, it lifts fairly easy though. Well, I mean, it's not completely dry, but ooh, I like that. Look how pretty those are. Oh my God. If anything else, these are a economical alternative to the Holbein. And there's a Holbein. Of course, it's a completely different type of... Sorry, I've got a lot... Can't get this green in my brush. Holbein is a different brand. As far as quality goes, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever used ShinHan paints. So, I don't know. Are you all even able to see that? Okay. So we're going to have to move this up. We're going to move it up. Gonna move it up in the frame. I swear, if I do all this and you can't see them, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be so upset. We probably ought to zoom out. There. I know you probably like being closer. I'll try to zoom in whenever I edit the video. But this is Horizon Blue. This is one of my favorite colors. This is probably one of most people's favorite colors. Oh, I mean, it's like pretty blue clouds. Pretty blue cotton candy, which is the best candy on the planet. Look at that. Get in there. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. If it would just stay that bright, but you'll probably have to do another coat. I may go do another coat on these. So pretty. This brush is pretty nice. I am totally not staying in the lines. Hope you're okay with that. I'm usually not, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna have to be. Thanks for joining me. If I didn't already say that, I am trying to get people to subscribe, which apparently is like an act of Congress. I'm teasing, which is fine. I'll get people or I won't. But I am trying to get some subscribers. I don't even have double digits yet. So if you're watching this, you're awesome. And thank you. You could subscribe. It'd be awesome. It would help me out. You know, everybody's got their own reasons and things. I'm doing this because I need a creative. I make so many things, and I do so many things, and I'm alone a lot because me and my fiance live out of state, and you know, I've got bills. Everybody's got bills. I got student loans that are ridiculous that I'll probably have until I'm 100 years old, and it'd be nice. I'd like to pay them off. So if you feel so inclined, that would be awesome. Appreciate, I'd appreciate you. And I promise I'll try to do wonderful. But there is a learning curve, and I'm going through it. So there's purple gray. That's, man, I like that color. I haven't seen one I don't like yet, honestly. So here we're up on neutral tint, which is going to be nothing special. It's like it'll be like a gray. Be like a watered down black, which probably won't even show up on this, but we'll try it anyway. I don't know, it might. It's got a little bit of a neutral tint is, you know, neutral. I feel like this might lean a little towards the purple side though. Oh yeah. So you can see it's supposed to be a completely neutral, not warm, not cool. And it's pretty though. Yeah, see, we're not gonna see it, which is fine. On the tail end of these, and I'm trying to go fairly opaque on them. Now that's a really pretty inky color, like Inktober, that I didn't do, and I should have, because I've got plenty of ink up there, which Inktober's not over. I may do something. So there you go. So let's look at these. So here they are. They're not completely dry yet. You'll see really opaque. It's gorgeous. Now here's the black. Like I said, this is Stonehenge, but this is Stonehenge cold press, and I didn't realize it's heavy, because when I went to get out of this block, I mean, thick. I thought I had two pieces together, but I didn't. It was one. There's only, I didn't realize it, there is only 10 sheets on this pad, but there are very limited, it's very limited supply or options for black watercolor paper, or there was. So that's why I bought this, and I wasn't paying any attention. So this is probably as thick as the, it's probably the 600-pound paper, which I don't have any of. This is Arches. I don't mean to sound bougie, but this is what I use. And the reason I use this, even for swatches, is personal preference again. This is what I paint on. This is what I want to see the color on, because this is what I use. you are more than welcome to use whatever you want. I do also put them in sketchbooks, watercolor journals. So, you know, each their own. You buy what you get what you can afford, and you get what you like, and you use what you use. There's no judgment from me. I know that I spent a lot of money on paper that I did not like. So I found one I liked, and I tried to find substitutes, and I finally just stopped because I couldn't find any. I mean, I was spending, it's stupid. Anyway, that's me. So this is Arches. But these are gorgeous. These are absolutely beautiful. Nothing wrong with these whatsoever. With the black, so I was going back to the black paper, you can see a hard, not too bad, but you can see a hard line where I did a layer. Again, I don't know if it's this thickness of paper or if it's just the nature of the paint. I couldn't tell you. But fairly opaque. It has almost like a glowy look to it. They remind me of almost like a neon where it's like it's backlit. So that's a really pretty neat effect. If you're really wanting opaque, go gouache or acrylic on colored paper, and then you won't have a problem. But these are gorgeous. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of peeling because it is so satisfying. Up here, I don't know. You hear my dogs? This is washi tape. Even with washi tape, you need to be careful because it may tear. Ugh. This is my favorite part. This takes so long, and of course I don't remember how I taped it. I taped it so long ago. I hear you. We'll go out in a minute. Hey. Oh, look at it. Oh, I love that. My granddaughter, it's so satisfying. That's what she says. It's just so satisfying. I didn't tape this very good. Oh, look at those lines. A little bit of peel porn. Oh yeah. So pretty. These are gorgeous, guys. Seriously, if you're looking for a cost-effective, pre-made pastel set, let's see how much they are on Amazon. You know how much this is? $26 on Amazon. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for hanging. We will do another one soon. And we will do another one soon. Have fun. I love swatching watercolor, and I have a ton. If you would subscribe or like the video, that would be awesome. That really would help me out. In order to get any kind of monetization off of YouTube, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. I got a ways to go, but that's okay. I'll get there. And next time, maybe you can bring all your friends. We will paint again soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace.